Hey yo, fellow Legonians, fellow Brick fans, this is Dave Frost reporting in once again with another LEGO Star Wars set review. And this time, it is of the Luke Landspeeder from this year. So it's the most current version. I did have the earlier version that came out before the Mos Eisley Cantina version, which came out before this. But I gave that version, the one that came out before the Mos Eisley Cantina, before this one, I gave up that version to a friend so I can have this one. Now, I liked the other version better because the tan color was better, to my opinion, than this pink-orange color going on, but, you know, if you want the more updated version, well, since I wanted the more updated version, I had to sacrifice the color. So, number code is 75173. It comes with 149 pieces and 4 minifigures. The instruction booklet contains 35 steps to build the whole vehicle. And I am no longer going to talk about what comes in the instruction booklet in these reviews, because you'll see them if you want to get the set. Like, I'm cutting down on details that I talk about in these reviews to better entertain you guys. Heck, I mention the amount of steps because my reviews are more informational to you guys, so that you are aware of what to expect of sets that you may want to get that I have chosen to purchase. If you guys are interested in that sort of thing. So, now we're going on to the extra pieces. So we get extra long pipe piece in the light bluish gray color. A reddish brown stick colored piece, or reddish brown colored stick piece, a metallic silver lightsaber hilt, a black 1x1 round plate stud piece, a dark red cheese slope, a black cheese slope, a bluish trying to think of the correct name. Dark bluish gray. That's it. 1x1 plate piece. And a black control stick. Or control lever. And I am sorry that it was all out of frame. But there's the better look at all the pieces. So now, we're moving on to the minifigures. So first we get this is a Tuscan Raider, or a sand person, which is the secondary name for these aliens. And, oh. Sorry about that, I had to make a small correction. But anyways, this is a Sam Person / Tuscan Raider. And he doesn't come with a rifle in the set. I just added it because I've seen Tuscan Raiders with rifles in the Star Wars movies. And he also gets this staff, a pointed spear type of staff weapon. And it's a major improvement from back in the day of the older version of the Landspeeder set, where the head was a minifigure head-shaped piece with all this detail printed onto it. So it's a major improvement. So LEGO has come a long way with making the Tuscan Raider head pieces. And he does have some awesome printing for the front of his torso and the front of his legs. And there's only printing for the back of his torso. So that's the Tuscan Raider. And also we get a rat animal character, because obviously they would be on Tatooine. Next we look at Luke Skywalker, and just like the Tuscan Raider, he does not come with a rifle. I added it out of my collection. Well, not from an actual set, just from extra weapon pieces that I had, or still have. So I gave that to him because he obviously has it in episode 4 of Star Wars. And he comes with really cool printing on his torso and legs. Come around to the back. He has some awesome printing for the back of his torso as well. And then there's the back of his head. And the hairpiece is not new, as it's come in the not episode 7 version of the Millennium Falcon, but a version of the Millennium Falcon set that came out just before the episode 7 version. And there's other accessories, but we'll take a look at those after the minifigures. Then there's also ObiWan Kenobi. He also comes with awesome printing for his torso and legs. And then there's the back of his torso printing. There's the back printing of his torso, I meant to say, as it's just the back of his robe with the hood. So I have yet to go on to Bricklink and get a brown cape and a brown hood for him to fully have a complete version of Obi-Wan Kenobi from episode 4. He also comes with accessories, or an accessory, which we'll look at later. Then here is the 3PO in the chrome gold color. I think that's the correct color we get here. And he has awesome printing for his torso and legs. just like the other minifigures, as well as the back. And his eyes, unfortunately on my copy of this character, of this Landspeeder set, his eyes are looking to his left instead of forward. Bring back ObiWan Kenobi. And I forgot to mention, oh, he doesn't have back head printing. It's just this one side of his face that he has printing on. Now, I am going to show one feature to show the other accessories. And this has happened, this feature has been added to the earlier version of Luke's Landspeeder that I had recently, where you can remove the top center back engine thruster to reveal a hidden trunk, if you will, to where there are minifigure accessories. So for Luke, he gets a pair of binoculars that he uses in the movie. And then we get some lightsabers, but in this set, only ObiWan Kenobi got one. Only ObiWan Kenobi got a lightsaber. So I had to go into my extra pieces somewhat to make a lightsaber for Luke. So I'm not exactly sure why LEGO did not include a rifle for the Tuscan Raider, for Luke Skywalker, or even a lightsaber for Luke Skywalker. For some reason. Guess they really wanted to go with price per piece count and wanted to keep it small. So we'll put those accessories off to the side. And yes, there are stickers for the Landspeeder, and it got me interested to get a Landspeeder that is more accurate, as that is LEGO's method. When they create a set, they update a set every so often, once in a while. And if you look at the stickers, you would recognize that I placed them onto the engine thrusters quite well. And on the earlier version that I used to have of the Luke Landspeeder set, you were able to put the lightsabers into the front area of the vehicle, which you can still do if you desire to, with your copy of the set. Coming to the bottom, these three trans-clear brick pieces of LEGO are not included. I just added them to make it more accurate, as it does hover above the ground. So now let's compare Luke's Landspeeder to Rey's speeder. So obviously it's bigger in length, but obviously Rey's speeder is bigger in height. Then we have the escape pod from the beginning of episode 4, but not to compare or anything by vehicle. Rather, I wanted to compare by minifigure. Of C-3PO. Another thing that they obviously did not add to this set is a copy of R2-D2. For some reason, because in the earlier version of the Luke Landspeeder set, there was an R2-D2 figure. But for some reason, they just didn't add R2-D2 to this set. But as you can see, both C-3POs are the exact same thing. It's just that the only difference is at the eyes, where this one is more, has the little dots in his eyes more centered, versus this one having it off to the left. So I'm going to have to sell this version of C-3PO on Bricklink in the future. And that is about it. Of course, there's another feature where you hold down the base of the rear of the top center thruster and you fold it backwards, but there's no point to that. That's just how LEGO decided to build it this time around. Because on the earlier version of the Luke Landspeeder that I had, it was different. Built differently. Sorry, Luke, you cannot hold all 3 of your accessories all at once. And he's like, oh darn. So let's wrap this up. So, I thank you all so much for watching. Have a great night. Have a good rest of your week, where it finishes tomorrow being Saturday. And starts a new week with Sunday. Please stick around for more great LEGO and Transformer and movie trailer related content coming to the future of this channel. And this is Dave Frost signing off with, I will see you all in tomorrow's stop motion build of the Imperial Assault Hover Tank. And there's some inaccuracies with that set that I will point out in tomorrow's review of that set. So long.